Hello, this is Paul. I'm coming back with TTM episode number 28. We have 9 returns, and so let's get started. First one is a 90 tops of Dave Schmidt. That was a 1-on-1 in 19 days. The next one is a 2-2 in 21 days. We got Mark Lewis on a 92 Fleer. And then we have him on a 96 Upper Deck Collector's Choice. Next one is a 4-of-4 in 22 days, and it's a spring training return from Sir Hensley Bam Bam Mullins, who is the hitting coach of the Colorado Rockies. I guess if you send to the Colorado Rockies, they require a fee, but I think the coaches, they kind of let slide, and so I didn't have to pay a fee for this. So we got that 91 Fleer Ultra. Then we got the 92 Fleer, and again, he signed it Sir Hensley Mullins, Bam Bam. He was put into royalty. He's a native of the Dutch Netherlands, Curacao, like Andrew Jones and Didi Gregorius and a few other major league players. Then we got the 92 Stadium Club. And then he signed the 92 Fleer Checklist actually on the correct side. He signed it on the Yankees side. And on the other side, they signed it in the wrong place. And I think I may have showed this was Scott Leyes, who should have signed it on the other side by the Minnesota Twins, and Steve Farr, who should have signed it under the Yankees. So there's 3 signatures on this checklist. Next one is another spring training return. It's a 3-of-1 in 22 days from Phillies manager Rob Thompson. I sent to this is a star minor league card. Shout out to Johnny Serena. I think he collects these. But I sent to Baycare Ballpark in Clearwater, Florida. So I got a 3-of-1. So he signed that 90 star minor league card, and then he signed 2 index cards. The first one, he was a coach on the 2009 World Series champion Yankees. And then he signed another index card, Phillies 2022 National League champ. Shout out to Mike at the Hot Corner. Next return is a 2-of-2 in 50 days from Jay Bell on the Fleer 91 Fleer Ultra. And on a 92 Fleer. Next one is a 2-of-2 in 10 days from former NHL player Mike Ramsey. He signed the 80-81 tops. He personalized one, and then the other, which was the same card, he didn't personalize. Shout out to Autographs 2000. Those are some of the hockey cards he sent me. Next one is a 3-of-1 in 9 days from Xavier Hernandez on a 92 Fleer. And then he signed 2 index cards with inscriptions. He put 2 inscriptions on this one. MLB debut 6/28/1989 with Toronto, and that year they were also the 1989 American League East champions. They lost to the Oakland Athletics, now the Sacramento Athletics. Shout out to Brandon Stebbins. They lost to them in the 1989 American League Championship Series, and of course, that year was the Earthquake Series. So another unfortunate incident many years ago. And then he was on the Cincinnati Reds 1995 National League Central champs. That was actually the first it should have been 94. 94 was the first year where they broke into 3 divisions in the wild card. And obviously the strike ended the season without a postseason. So technically the Reds were the first 1995 National League Central champs. And Xavier Hernandez was on that team. Next one is a 2-2 in 37 days from Paul Maroc. He signed the 91 score times 2. And then the last one is a 2-2 in 45 days from Mackey Sasser. And I have time for a story. He signed the 91 Fleer Ultra and the 92 Fleer. Now, Mackey Sasser, when he was with the Mets, suffered from the yips, meaning he couldn't throw the ball back to the pitcher. Several major leaguers encountered this. Some were pitchers. I'll shout out to Math Bowler. Steve Blass got the yips that ended his career. Steve Blass was a brilliant pitcher, and the yips ended his career. Rick Ankiel of the Cardinals. You saw it in the 2000 National League Championship Series against the Mets. He had the yips, which essentially ended his career as a pitcher. He ended up coming back as an outfielder. Chuck Knobloch, a second baseman for the Twins and the Yankees, got the yips. He couldn't make a throw to first base. And story about that one is that Chuck Knobloch threw a wild throw into the stands. And if everybody remembers Keith Olbermann from ESPN, and then I think Keith Olbermann went to Fox, it hit actually Keith Olbermann's mother was in the stands, and it actually hit the errant throw, hit her in the face. So, but getting back to the yips, so if everybody remembers Major League 2, that was the first sequel to original Major League. Just a bit outside, as Bob Uecker said, but as Harry Doyle, but the young rookie, see, in Major League 2, Jake Taylor, the veteran catcher, he kind of gets released because the regular manager is hospitalized with a heart condition. So Jake Taylor is released, and he's made the manager of the Cleveland baseball team. And so they had 2 catchers to take his place. One was Jake Parkman, a big free agent who they signed from the Yankees. And Parkman ends up getting sold to the Chicago White Sox. So that left a rookie catcher by the name of Rube Baker. Rube Baker had the yips. And he could not throw the ball back to the pitcher. And so Jake Taylor, the manager, comes up with this thing and gives him the Victoria's Secret catalog. And he tells him that if he memorized the Victoria's Secret catalog, that the yips would go away. And but what he has to do for each batter, he has to recite a page from the Victoria's Secret catalog, detailing lingerie and all that. And then once he says that, he's able to throw the ball back to the pitcher. So that's kind of a hilarious part. There were other funny parts in Major League 2. It wasn't as good as Major League 1, but that's my yip story. So unfortunately, that's a psychological thing that comes across many ball players, and some ends their career, some they make adjustments, they move to another position, or I don't know. I guess today, if a player has the yips and he can hit, they just make him a designated hitter. So other than that, that's it. Like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll talk to everybody later. Have a good night.